This might sound like a weird thing to say, but it struck me today that writing a novel is a bit like dieting. Both of them are equally difficult, and both of them, so many people start and then don't finish. Now, this is just my perspective, my take. For those of you who have been following me on social media or on any of my social medias, you will know that back at the beginning of February, my son helped me to organize a diet and exercise regime. And as I'm recording this, it is now the 4th of April. And when I weighed in this morning, only once a week, I had lost 5 kgs, which for me is huge. It doesn't show. I've got a long way to go, but it made me think about the book writing process and how similar going on a long-term diet journey and going on a long-term journey to write your book are very similar and have similar pitfalls. When we start, whether it's, excuse me a minute, I'm just going to stop that flapping, but when we start, we are full of excitement. When you've got a new idea for a book, you can see the opening scenes in your head, you can imagine how it's going to go and how your characters interact with each other. You've got an absolutely amazing climax arranged at the end. You may have plotted, you may have done nothing at all except just sat down and write. But that initial rush when you start a new story is a really amazing feeling. And it was one that I noticed when I started my weight loss journey. I was full of excitement. Admittedly, I ached everywhere because I had to do so much more exercise. But I was thinking, yes, this is going to do it, and you can just see yourself powering through to the end. You've already got an end goal in mind, and you're just thinking, yes, this is just going to go so well, and you're just going to keep going. Until you don't, until you hit the murky middle, muddy middle, call it what you like. But when you've got over that initial excitement for your story and you are nowhere near in your plot to where you need to be for that climax, and sure, you've got some words on the page, but there's this gap. And people see this in dieting as well. They have got these ideas and maybe they've had some early successes and they've shed a few pounds or whatever else. But then the gap between that and how far they've got to go is just like, oh, that's when it starts to get really difficult. And to be honest, that's when a lot of people give up, both in their book writing and in their dieting. It starts simply enough. You just think, I'll take a day off today, or, oh, I got too busy today. I haven't got time to put words on a page or get on the treadmill, depending which path you're on. And you just think one day won't matter. And then one day stretches into 2, stretches into 3. And quite honestly, with the way the world is right now, making excuses for not writing or dieting are very similar. They are the same sort of thing. If we don't feel mentally in tune, mentally fired up to do what we're doing, and all of a sudden that goal that seemed like so easy, for example, 50,000 words or 15 kilo, however you want to look at it, that seemed so attainable at the beginning. Once you start getting some results down and you realize how long it's going to take for you to get to the end, that's when things get really, that's when a lot of people give up. Now, I do think that one of the most important things that can help stop that came from the fact that I have a friend of mine. She doesn't live anywhere near here. We haven't actually seen each other in well over a year. but she lives further down the line, but we still call each other a couple of times a week. And she is also on a weight loss journey. She started her weight loss journey on the 1st of February, the same as I did. And we hold each other accountable. We do weigh-ins. I weigh in on Saturday. She weighs in on Sunday. We check in with each other through the week to see how we're doing. And that does really help. And you can do this in your writing as well. If you're setting yourself a certain number of words you want to get done in a day or in a week, then if you have somebody else, another author friend, or it doesn't even have to be somebody that writes, but it's somebody that can help hold you accountable. Somebody, you know, a good friend, for example, who will come along and say, oh, hey, how is the story coming along? How many words have you got done? And that same person, it's not just any person. That same person needs to be able to make you feel better when you're feeling down about the lack of progress, and to then also celebrate with you when you are having successes. That is one way that helps you get over that whole muddy middle, the end is so far away type thinking that can sabotage our goals. Another thing that can really help with this is setting smaller goals. Now, personally, because I've been doing it for a lot longer, I find it so much easier to write than I do to lose weight. It's just that simple. And that's probably why I needed a bit of help in the first place. However, when you're writing, instead of perhaps telling yourself you're going to write 20,000 words a week or whatever it is, set smaller goals. Tell yourself you're going to write 100 words every day, or you're going to write 500 words in a week. Instead of making the goal sound really difficult, actually make it something you can do. When you break your goals down into smaller sections, which you can do, you've still got your end goal in sight. But when you're breaking down the steps to get to that goal, the same as you would with your dieting, it is easier. You can celebrate more. You can feel like you've achieved more by taking those smaller chunks and saying, yay, I did this. Yay, I did that. And that works in both dieting and book writing, incidentally. Another thing where there is a lot of similarities that I've noticed is that there is actually no magic way to write a book, the same as there is no magic way to lose weight. There are so many diet gurus out there that tell you if you eat this and this, then this will happen. They'll tell you if you don't eat this particular food, then this will happen. And we see that in the book writing industry as well. If you just do this or you do that and everything else. And something that I am going to make a longer video about, and it's sometime today, but you know, you'll see it when it comes out. Is about that whole idea, oh, if you just have X amount number of books to write, you know, if you've written X number of books, then you're going to make this amount of money and things like that. All of those things, diet or writing, they are all fallacies. None of them are provable. The bottom line is, if you want to diet, you want to lose weight rather, then you're going to eat less and you're going to exercise more. For me, the exercise was a big deal. But the really neat thing I did find out about my thing was I also found out I needed to sleep more. And I'm well on board with that because I was shocking for getting enough sleep. And apparently that really does help. Whatever, no worries. But when it comes to book writing, it's the same sort of thing. The only way you're going to write your book is to sit your butt on a chair or wherever it is you like to write, and to go into your device of choice and write your book. You have to get the words down. So when you're doing it, cut it into smaller chunks, make it easier for you to achieve smaller goals towards your end goal. The same as you do as if you were trying to diet. The bottom line is for all of us, particularly in today's day and age when there is so much shit going on, it makes it really difficult to focus. It makes it really difficult to see that those small goals all do add up to the end goal. But achieving those little goals, particularly if you've got somebody that can help keep you accountable, it really does work out in the end. I know for my dieting exercise and exercising, there are days when I just think, oh, I can't. I'm tired. I'm an old lady. I just want to curl up and read a book. But I go and get on my treadmill because I imagine my son's face if he finds out I didn't do it. And I just keep going. And funnily enough, I'm nowhere near meeting my diet goal, my exercise and, my ideal weight goal. But I have written 2 books in the time that I've been doing this exercise challenge. I find that personally easier. You might be the other way around. You might not have a problem with exercising every day and, keeping within X number of calories. Do you know how hard Easter can be when you're used to having chocolate all the time? But anyway, I'm getting off track. The fact of the matter is the same mentality applies. You just have to keep going. So set yourself smaller word count goals. Set yourself lower expectations. Make sure you're still going to get to your end goal, but make them achievable so you have something to celebrate at least once a week or every couple of weeks. And also try and find somebody to help you or keep you accountable. If it helps, put your word count for the week down in the comments and keep doing that on my different videos, because I reply to every comment. And just say, oh, hey, I did this number of words this week. And I will say, wow, that is really awesome. I am so proud of you. Keep going, keep writing, have an awesome day. And sometimes just that little push is just enough to keep you going. So what is your thoughts on this, my friends? Do you think I'm just actually having a totally doolally moment? And hey, that's possible too. Or can you see that there are similarities? And can you see that a lot of the mindset behind quitting writing a book and behind quitting a diet are all very similar? It's just a thought. It gives you something to chat about in the comments, because I would love to hear your point of view. But in the meantime, my friends, speaking of which, I wasn't going to be recording any videos until this afternoon, but I had this idea and thought I have to sit down and do it, but I haven't even had lunch yet. So I'll do some other videos later on this afternoon. But in the meantime, I hope wherever you are that you are safe and that you are well. And I hope that you are doing your best to find some joy in every day. And remember that your writing is supposed to be fun. So, hit like and subscribe. That would be cool too. And in the meantime, we will catch you in the next video, my friends. Bye.